Hello everyone, if you're watching, this is Ceno and I'm doing a sort of vlog build commentary gameplay thing. Uh, Reason for this is because I came up with a cool build and I don't see anyone else doing this build, so I figure I would do it, and I can't stream anymore, so I figure I may as well make some sort of a vlog every now and again. Um, so first things first, so that people who are only here to see the build don't have to watch through the whole video. It's a commando build, soldier demolitionist. I'm using the Warborn set, thus Warborn commando. The Warborn set is one of the 7 new sets with 1.0.0.6. I'm going to be discussing some of the other ones in this video, but it focuses on cadence and war cry, specifically bait morale. Um, some people aren't really happy that it focuses on bait morale because you can get this reflected onto you, which kind of sucks. But if you just don't use it when there's reflection around, then there's no problem. So, uh, as far as like skill build and stuff, it's pretty straightforward. I just kind of hold mouse 1 with cadence, blitz now and again to get into enemies, use Warcry as a debuff. When you have 20 out of 12 points in break morale, you can actually get permanent skill disruption going at 7.6 seconds, and the cooldown of Warcry is 7.5 seconds. I don't have any cooldown reduction on this build, which kind of sucks because I would like that window to reactivate Warcry to be a little bit larger. But I'm primarily using Warcry for the skill disruption and the physical resistance reduction, rather than the taunt or the damage or the reduced target's damage, because I don't really need any of those. Other than that, just some tanky stuff down here in Demolitionist. I'm getting some speed on Vindictive Flame, some tankiness with Blast Shield, some offensive ability with Flame Touched, and a whole bunch of flat physical damage on Temper. I still don't think Temper is all that great, but I don't really need anything else, so I decided to take it, and I'm using Golemborn Greaves, which give +3 to Temper, so may as well. As you may see, I have 2 points left over down here. I can actually have 3. I haven't done the hidden path in normal difficulty because I'm lazy. So the build isn't really skill point heavy. There's a couple of reasons for that. Some gear pieces give a lot of skill points, which is nice. I think I'm going to hold on to these points until the expansion comes out, assuming that the level cap is raised, and then maybe I'll max out Blitz or Fighting Spirit or something. I don't know. So, onto the items. The Warborn set, I'm using 2 Warborn Gavels, dual wielding them thanks to Direwolf Crest, which is the only reason I have this item. Well, actually not true. Warborn Gavels are pretty solid in my opinion. My only complaint with them is their proc. The proc is complete and total ass. And honestly, the proc kind of is a detriment to the set in a couple ways, at least thematically. Like, it's obviously not a bad thing to have the proc, but I don't think it fits with the set very well, and I'll go into that in a sec. Warborn Chestguard, Warborn Visor, Warborn Pauldrons for maxing out the set purposes. The 4 out of 4 proc called Warborn is actually really solid, and you can have 100% uptime on it, and it's a heal, attack speed, and damage, which is fantastic. The other set bonuses are pretty okay. Specifically, Warborn is a very attack speed heavy set, as noted by the 12% attack speed in the 3 out of 4 set bonus, and the attack speed on the weapons, and I think there's attack speed on the head. Yeah. So yeah, very attack speed oriented, which is nice for something like cadence, which you want a lot of attack so you can get more cadence strikes going. Other than that, I'm using a Blood Rager's gem, which is one of the new legendary items, part of the Blood Rager set. I'm using this solely for the +1 to soldier skills, along with, I guess, some physical damage and resists. Um, it would be really, really cool if I could get the 2-piece set bonus of more attack speed, but I can't because the other pieces of the Blood Rager set are a hood, chest, and shoulders. Hand Rods of Justice because attack speed, health, offensive ability, base resist. I want essentially everything here, except for Force Wave. I don't really care about that. What else? So Direwolf Crest gives me 100 offensive ability and some pierce resist, which is great. Tenku's Ingenuity, mostly for resists. I'm not really getting anything out of this, and the proc doesn't really give me anything either. I mean, it's nice, but I don't really need it with this build, except against 1 or 2 bosses. Using the Oblivion Relic, I was using, I think, Eye of the Storm, is it called? The Shaman Relic. I'm using this mostly for attack speed and spirit, so that I can equip some higher tier items like the Blood Rager's gem. So attack speed, spirit, bit of energy regen is nice, chaos resistance is nice, and racial damage against Chthonics, and a Mind Ward with racial damage against humans. And if you look here, I have racial damage against beasts, and I think somewhere I have racial damage against ethereals. I'm not sure about that. My endgame goal was to get an Oblivion Relic that has all of the racial damage so like 6 different Oblivion Relics, and just swap between them depending on what I'm farming, but that's a long ways away. I'm using 2-piece Valiance set on the rings because even after their buffs, the legendary rings kinda suck. I actually just had this recently traded to me. I'm not sure if it's legitimate or not. I'm going to go with not, but I don't know. What else? I think that's basically everything. No, these pants, I was using... Do I have it? No, I don't have it on me. I was using the, crap, what is it called? The pants that give you, like, 90 offensive ability and +3 to Olduin's Rage. I forget what they're called. And then I got these to drop while doing the Hidden Path and Ultimate, which... These are essentially better in every capacity. They gave me more physical damage, a little bit more health from the physique. They gave me more energy regen, a tiny bit more offensive ability, and some great resists. Fantastic. My resists are pretty solid, I think. I'm trying to think of ways in which I can get more elemental resist because I'm technically only at 81%. For fire and lightning. I think I'm around 90% for cold. I don't really know how to improve these more, because the the Warborn armor doesn't give you a whole lot of elemental resists. I think this is the only piece with it. But it's not too much of an issue. You know, I'm maxed out up here, almost maxed out down here. Just need Aether and Chaos resist a little higher. And short of losing Haunted Steel for attack damage converted to health and Olduin's Blood for all of its juicy goodness, I'm not going to be getting these resists any higher. I don't think so. I have died once on this character, only to the Mad Queen, which I think is a fair death to experience, because I don't think that boss is made to be handled by every boss, but by every character. So all in all, I would call this character hardcore viable if you don't fight the Mad Queen. If you do, don't. I haven't fought every nemesis, but I can easily just face tank Musalauk and Fabius. I think they're the only ones I've found so far. I wouldn't imagine Valderon or Benjar or what's the other one? Or Iron Maiden would be a problem. Iron Maiden might be a problem. She might crit you on like Blitz or something, and that could pose an issue. Anything else? No, that's basically it. So Iron Maiden might be a problem. I haven't fought her yet. but I feel like this build can handle her pretty well. Have a lot of health, 15.6 thousand. There's a couple areas where if I got better loot rolls, I could maybe get like 16,000 health. Offensive ability isn't fantastic, but it's enough to reasonably crit consistently. Defensive ability also isn't fantastic, but I've never been a fan of getting it too high either. I have 100% armor absorption and pretty decent armor values, so I don't actually take much damage at all from anything other than bosses. Speaking of bosses, let's talk about the problem with this character. Cadence is supposed to be a very single target heavy skill. It isn't. Its single target sucks. Bosses are the major shortcoming of this build, and I think that's mostly to do with the granted proc on the weapons, because the granted proc does tremendously low damage. It just completely does piss for damage. It can't even kill trash, to be honest. I think in Cornucopia, when we import this set, we're going to change the proc, and that's basically it. So, like, the devs have more or less been of the mind that Cadence is supposed to be a super heavy single target skill with a little bit of area of effect from fighting form, whereas this set, which is a Cadence set, tries to, I don't want to say like make it an area of effect skill because it still doesn't do that, but it tries to fix the area of effect problem, which isn't really a problem because trash is trash anyways and it'll just die in 1 or 2 hits regardless. But it doesn't really improve the single target aspects of Cadence all too much, other than giving you like plus skills to it. So that's a bit of an issue. I think if the proc was a single target physical damage, weapon damage burst, this set would be a little bit better. As it is, it's an okay set. It's probably, of the 7, it's probably, I don't know, the 3rd best. I haven't actually tested Wrath of Rivets too much. Maybe the 4th best. We'll say tied with Wrath of Rivets. Just shooting out in the dark there. So yeah, that's the build. It's fun, I like it. It's tanky as all hell, and I'm not really threatened by anything other than Mad Queen. Although, come to think of it, I haven't fought Madragon, and I don't imagine I could beat that. And I haven't done the Edge of Reality yet, but I don't think that fight would be difficult for this build. I'll have to do that at some point. So yeah, that's the set. Still have some attribute points left over, and a 5th one from the normal difficulty hidden path. Yeah, alright. Build. Now to show it in action, I'm going to play some tunes and talk about some other stuff. So, next on my list of notes is the... No spawn here? Alright. The Black Flame Covenant set, which is a pretty okay set, considering that it's boosting a pretty terrible skill known as Aether Ray. It needs energy regen, and that's really all there is to say. If you've watched Ninetrix's stream, you'll know he's agonized and agonized over the set not having the energy support for Aether Ray, and lo and behold, if you actually try out the set, it doesn't have energy support for Aether Ray. So, a little bit higher energy regen or some energy cost reduction on the set could go a long way to making it more usable. As it stands, wouldn't really recommend it. The Lights Defender set is pretty cool. I like the concept of it, but the 4 out of 4 set bonus is complete and total ass. It does no damage, and it interrupts your damage output because it's another castable. What's going on over here? By the way, I'm playing fully zoomed in because I started playing fully zoomed in with this character, and I couldn't stop. It was really fun. So yeah, Lights Defender is good in and of itself, but the 4 out of 4 set bonus is crap. What else? Blood Rager. Oh wait, no, I skipped Infernal Knight. Infernal Knight is solid. No real complaints about it. Actually, I'm trying to think of a complaint, but I can't think of one, so there you go. It's a solid set. You can't go wrong with it if you want to do a Blackwater Tartale and Thermite Mine build. It's a good choice. Blood Rager's set is probably the best set of the new releases. And I think part of its power is that it doesn't come with a weapon and it just works with generic two-handed weapons. So if you get a really, really good two-handed weapon, you can use this already phenomenal set that boosts two-handed weapons. So yeah, that's cool. Of course, it's a bleeding based set, and there aren't really a whole lot of two-handed weapons for that. I think the guillotine is essentially it for legendaries. Nitrix's Blood Rager set uses, what does it use? Some what's it called? The war maul things that the giant people in Smuggler's Pass uses one of those. Next up is the Venom Blade set, which is one of my personal favorites, even though I don't have a level 85 character using it yet. I'm still working on that. Very fun set. It really kind of embodies everything you kind of expected from being a Nightblade, right? Makes you kind of a ninja that just jumps around and blows people up. And finally, the Wrath of a Grievous set is a complete enigma to me. I have not even looked at it. I have no idea what the stats are, but I assume it's good because the skill it's based around, which is Catador's Tempest, is amazing. So I can't imagine you could actually fuck that one up. So yeah, that's the 7 new sets. The new epic items, well, not new epic items, but the improved epic items are very, very much improved in 1.0.0.6. But enjoying those a lot. I haven't gotten around to testing out, every single one of the 300 something epic items. Although I think only like 80 got improved, if I'm not mistaken. Haven't tested them all out yet. I know that the Myrmidon set and the what is it, Infernal Brimstone or Keeper of the Flame? I think it's Keeper of the Flame. I think Keeper of the Flame and the Myrmidon set got buffed out the ass and are pretty amazing now. So try those out if you never have before. Yeah, good stuff. 1.0.6, very fun. I'm looking forward to 1.0.0.7, which, as a tester, I have no idea when it's coming. I hope it comes soon. Containing the Ethereal Roguelike and a couple new quests. I'm really looking forward to the Ethereal Roguelike. Can't even begin to explain how looking forward to it I am. Part of it is that I love the ethereal, species in Grim Dawn. I think they're really well designed, and I just like fighting them. Like, Valderon is my favorite nemesis. A lot of the ethereal bosses and enemies, like the Amalgamation and Lucius, are some of the coolest enemies in probably ARPG history. Even if their fights aren't mechanically interesting, they are still cool in their own right. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Crate comes up with for the roguelike. Also looking forward to it because I'm presently working on a massive ethereal dungeon, not roguelike, but just a dungeon for Zenith, which is my mod that I'm working on. Massive dungeon. It's gonna take me forever to finish. It's essentially twice the size of Steps of Torment, I'd say. It's pretty cool. It looks nothing like the ethereal dungeon that we've seen in the screenshots, though, that Crate's making. So, totally different theme, just happens to be ethereal. but I'm interested in Drake's take on the whole idea. Also hoping that we get more ethereal dungeons for every enemy type. Particularly Tronleys. Really want something like that. So here's one interesting, well not interesting, but fun part of the set is that because I have 100% uptime on Steel Disruption, I don't even have to care about Skeletal Priests healing anything, because they'll have the Steels disrupted for ever, as long as they're within range of me, which is essentially the screen, or more, 16 meters. So yeah, I don't really have to worry about enemies getting healed unless they get healed from way off screen, which can happen, but doesn't happen very often. How have I not opened this yet? Ooh. Nice new set. What else? What else? Speaking of Zenith, working on the Necrotic Mastery a little bit. That's a lie. I haven't started on it. Real life is kind of an ass. And frankly, I haven't been even able to think about the Necrotic, what I want in the Mastery. I know what I don't want. I don't want to make it a Necromancer. I don't want it to have summons, or many summons, if it has any. I want it to be kind of a vampiric caster, life leech sort of mastery. So kind of like if the occultist had 5 different kinds of Zerjov consumptions. I don't know, it's 4 AM, I can't say that word. Something along those lines. Less pets, more lifesteal. Should be fun if I ever get around to making it. Sorry about the camera, by the way. It's a little annoying, but it gives me an added challenge, which is fun. So yeah, Necrotic will happen at some point. Zenith items will happen at some point, probably when I get all the masteries out. The first act of Zenith will happen at some point. Probably soonish. I finished, I'd say 70% of it. And I need to populate it with enemies. I've made 70% of the terrain. Need to finish the rest of the terrain and then populate it with enemies and then put some lore in it and stuff. Do some touching up and stuff. And then I can release the first act of the Zenith mod, which should be fun. My masteries are getting pretty decently good reception so far, so I'm excited about that. It seems as though I kind of know what I'm doing in Grim Dawn. Is there a nemesis here? Oh, alright. Just weird glows about the area. What else? What else? Cornucopia, for those interested in that mod, the version 0.3.3 is about to enter production. No, that's not the right word. It's about to enter development. We've scoped out 20 pages worth of changes to make. Which is a lot, but actually once we just finally start building the next version, it shouldn't really take long to change everything. I don't know why that guy was just standing there. We should be able to throw the mod together in a week or two, like the next version of the mod in a week or two, once we finally decide upon everything we actually want to change specifically, which there isn't much remaining. Get a load of these lovely 2 reskinned items. Of course I'm not one to talk. I'm not going to be making anything other than reskins in Zenith. So yeah, Cornucopia v0.3.3 coming up soon. Included is a whole shit ton of legendary changes. Changes to monster infrequents. Where the hell are my other spawns? What's going on here? Okay. and some other changes that I don't want to tell you about because spoilers. But other good stuff will be in the next version as well. And a couple still updates as usual. So yeah, good stuff, good stuff. Other than that, I don't really have a whole lot Grim Dawn related to talk about. God, I'm slow. Okay. I want to be streaming more, but I can't be streaming more because I'm at campus again, senior year of college, so kind of need to A, focus on that, and B, deal with having the crappiest of crap internet, which is preventing me from streaming, which sucks. It actually really sucks because unless the what expansion or whatever. Oh no, I guess it doesn't suck for this reason. No, I was thinking it. I want to do a giveaway for the expansion. I was thinking I probably wouldn't be able to do that unless they released in like the winter, but I doubt they're going to do that or release anytime soon. So maybe I can luck out and they'll release when I finish college, and then I can do a giveaway. I don't know why there's always a chest here. Feels out of place. Maybe it's like a booby prize or something. Except you get it before you do anything. Why is this trying standing there? I'm not really scared of anything in Steps of Torment at all. The entire death room is kind of measly. The star's just running. Alright, and my headset just died, that was cool. Alright, what else is going on in my life that I could talk about so that you're not just watching the screen for another 20 minutes? I've been doing stuff other than Grim Dawn, if you can believe it. Impossibly, I have other games that I play. Oh, god damn it. Thought I had uptime on this. Okay. Notably, I've been really into Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, recently. That game is beautiful, completely gorgeous in every way, and absolutely fun. Except I've beaten the game, kind of. Beat the regular campaign, and now I have kind of the bonus campaign, which is basically the regular campaign but with more difficult missions, which is kind of, I don't want to say lazy, but kind of lazy. And the missions, the like extreme missions or whatever, aren't even all that hard if you just play the game smartly, or even if you don't. I've been enjoying that. It's a very fun game to just log in to and play for a couple hours. I don't care about the multiplayer side of things, like Field of Battle, is it called? I don't do any of that shit. Partially because my internet is crap, partially because it doesn't sound appealing whatsoever. Kind of just like how Konami is ruining the Metal Gear franchise, but I'd rather not talk about that. Sorry, 4 AM, limited sleep, limited water. I'm secretly dying here while playing Grim Dawn for the rest of my life. What else? Killing Floor 2, I've been playing a lot of that. It's a surprisingly popular game among the Grim Dawn community. I don't really know why. If you haven't played Killing Floor 2, but you've played Killing Floor 1, don't bother with Killing Floor 2. It's terrible compared to the first one. It's so unbelievably poorly balanced, and yet it's releasing next month from Early Access. I don't think they really care about balance. I think they have other things like microtransactions and shit on their mind. Which kind of blows. Someone who spent, I don't know, 600 hours in Killing Floor 1. Killing Floor 2 is just not a good successor. I could talk about its balance for a very long time if I wanted to, and I've contemplated making a video on the balance, but on the balance of the game, but I decided against it simply because A, I don't have a very large following to begin with. I don't think anyone would really care. B, Killing Floor 2 doesn't really have a huge following, so I don't really think anyone would care. Isn't this where the shade is supposed to spawn? The shade of Onadrin or whatever. Don't know, don't care. Oh, here he is. Or she, I don't know. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Killing Floor 2, and, you know, it's not balanced, but it's certainly fun. It's just kinda too easy in a lot of ways. Too difficult in others, because some perks are just outright terrible, like Sharpshooter. Firebug is also ungodly, indescribably bad. And they just nerfed it for some reason, I don't really know why. It needs like 300 different buffs in order to be viable. Which kinda sucks, frankly, because there's two different ways that you can kill trash. You can play Commando and you can play SWAT, and that's essentially it. And I know I said I wasn't going to get into this discussion, but hey, here we are. Firebug is supposed to be another trash clearer, but isn't. Just doesn't have the damage to kill trash in any respectable amount of time. Whereas Commandos or SWATs can just headshot a trash mob in like a couple shots. And kill it. Plus, a problem with Firebug is the limited range, which is a problem in and of itself for a game like Killing Floor, where you kind of want to stay away from the hordes of mutant Zeds that are trying to rip your arms off. But it's even a bigger problem in, say, Killing Floor 2, where you have Zeds that explode if they get near to you, or die near to you, in the higher difficulties. So, Firebug just isn't viable. It can't handle any of the higher difficulty enemy varieties whatsoever. SWAT, no, not SWAT, Sharpshooter, that gives no damage compared to what it used to. It has no means to deal with any of the heavier Zeds in any reasonable order of time. It has like a railgun thing, but it takes forever to actually use the railgun. And in a team environment, someone's probably going to die before you even manage to fire the thing. What else is there? Everything else is actually decent. There are arguments that the SWAT is overpowered. I don't really think it is. I think a lot of the reasons people think the SWAT is overpowered is that they play single player and they don't actually play multiplayer in that game. If you played multiplayer with a SWAT, you would realize it's actually pretty balanced. And it's made to be a multiplayer game. It's made to be 6-player co-op. The problem is the game doesn't have a large enough community to actually have people kind of remember that. Everyone just more or less plays solo or with one or two friends. Alright, what else? Just bought Thumper tonight, actually. That's a fun game. Wouldn't recommend playing it if you are the type that has stressful periods in your life. And let's be honest, that's essentially everyone, so If you feel stressed, don't play Thumper. That's what I'm trying to get at. It will irritate you and annoy you and stress you out way beyond any reasonable order. But it's fun. It's tough. I'm getting whole shitloads of new items. I'm telling you, just farming regular enemies in Grim Dawn, it's the sure thing, quickest way to get items. Always works. You eventually get something. What else is going on? Oh, so an idea came into my head the other day, when, over the span of 3 days, I had 4 people tell me that they thought I was the best player in all of Grim Dawn, and holy crap, I just thought really did shield. Which, first of all, I don't think I'm the best player in all of Grim Dawn. I would tell you who I think the best player in all of Grim Dawn is, but I don't want his ego to get any larger. But apparently, there's a rumor going around that I'm the best. I don't know how that rumor started. I swear I didn't start it. I don't want that kind of recognition. But since people apparently know my name, I was wondering if I should do a sort of ask me anything kind of ordeal. It can literally be about anything, any questions you have with Grim Dawn or me as a person. That's a thing you would be interested in me doing. I would be glad to do so. Leave a question on this video or message me a question or whatever. Ceno, how did you become such a boring person? Well, you see, it was 7 years ago when Crate nerfed the shit out of the death room and everything became easy as fuck to play against. So yeah, if anyone's interested in an Ask Me Anything sort of session, I would be down to do one of those. I'm kind of this nebulous entity that posts a lot on the forums, but no one actually knows anything about me. Other than a Doom God, he knows a little bit about me. So yeah, if you have any questions about me as a person, Grim Dawn, my thoughts on life, the universe, and everything, leave a comment, send me a message, and I'll make a video on it, maybe. I think I may want to start moving into this vlog sort of a ordeal, simply because I can't. Actually, there's a Musalite spawn down here that I have to check. Simply because I can't stream anymore. Yo, Aston, you shall receive. Here he is. Well, rather, I can't stream in the near vicinity of time. So, yeah, I think I may start doing vlogs of this sort. Kind of like this, except with an actual topic of conversation. Do I actually need to use a potion? Holy crap. Oh, and Jesus is not on my side with this fight. So yeah, single target damage, lacking way the fuck too much. But tanky as balls, so I don't really care about all of this. He's kinda not supposed to use that attack, and there's kinda not supposed to be skeletal priests here. Pretty sure he's not supposed to use the, excuse me. Whew. Nice fight. I'm just gonna go over here for a second. Pretty sure he's not supposed to use the meteor attack unless you're in fighting him at range. Which obviously I quote unquote am right now. The fuck is all this? I literally just fought him and he wasn't an issue. These things need a serious casting time reduction. Holy fucking shit. Alright, and now they've stopped for whatever stupid fucking reason. I don't know, game is weird. Stalwart of the Aether is pretty shit. The Salute of Scorched Ends is also pretty shit. Alright, Nemesis down. I'm collecting every component I see simply so that I can get closer and closer and closer to crafting more Oblivion relics for that sweet, sweet racial damage. Oh, it kinda just occurred to me that I never went over the devotions in my build. Oops. I'll do that in a moment. Or is it too late for that, considering everyone who came here for the build kinda just peaced out 30 minutes ago? Whatever. Devotions. Physical resist reduction on Assassin's Mark. Talk to the builder for health. This shit for energy regen, and resists. This for offensive ability, this for damage and health and stuff. Where the... I'm missing a point somewhere. Oh! Aha! Wait, did I not reset this? Huh. Okay, whatever. Thought I had a point up here, and that I needed that in order to have max elemental resist, but seems not, so I have a free point to put wherever I want. Cool stuff. Viper for vitality resist, I think, and offensive ability. This because I think it's awesome. This for attack damage converted to health damage to undead, and vitality resist, and a little bit of attack speed if I'm not mistaken. And this for survivability, resists, offensive ability, health, offensive ability. Yeah, straightforward stuff. Anyone who didn't see that because they pieced out 20 minutes ago didn't really miss much. So, you know, maybe I haven't played a whole lot of top tier builds, even if I've come up with some top tier build concepts, but I'm pretty sure this thing's area of effect clear is really decent. Which is stupid because Cadence isn't supposed to have good area of effect clear, but it's supposed to have good single target damage. The set doesn't make sense. Vigorous of barricades. That's pretty awful. No? No one? Alright. Got the smith, well, not the smith, but the merchant coming up. It's always fun. Get to look at items that are almost undoubtedly shit, even though they could be good in theory. My favorite enemy, the frame drop. It's pretty lethal at times. Alright, what do you got? This essentially isn't terrible. I have some shit over here. I've been wanting to make a sanctification character for a while. But I don't think Armor Master's Blade Burst is the character that I want to use for that. Although 45% all damage and then 45% fizz damage and 53 cold damage. That's really solid. Do I buy this? What else is there? Superior of Alacrity is good. And it's on the Lawn Sword. And it's only 53,000. No. Warped of the Rift Town, Corrosive of the Bowl, Poisoned is warped, Vampiric, Corrosive, Vampiric, Durable. Oh, we're about 338,000 iron. Oh, I gotta spend it somewhere, right? Physical cold damage. It's got +2 to fighting spirit, so it's a Blade Master item. Yeah, sure, why not? I'm a genius, I can figure something to do with it. What's going on down here? I feel like I lose more money going into Steps of Torment than I gain. I just bought 2 items in a row, the first one being a shield that was 230,000. Hello? Okay. You know, I really don't see the complaint being valid about reflecting break morale onto yourself, because the steel disruption, when it's reflected, lasts like a second. I don't have any steel disruption resist, and it still just instantly passes, because enemies don't actually have all that much reflection. What's going on over here, guys? So yeah, I don't... People keep making that argument to me that break morale sucks. I don't see it. Like 40 flat resistance reduction of physical damage, which I can couple with 33% flat physical damage reduction. No, physical resist reduction. On the Assassin's Mark devotion. It's really solid. I don't know. I like it. But what do I know? I only have 1,000 hours in the game. Is this a trap? Yeah, it's a trap. But I'm not trapped in here with them. They're trapped in here with me. Jason Point. Stone Skin Girdle is trap. Polished emerald is amazing. Some quick inventory management. Alright, now all we have left is Outcat. He wasn't all that difficult last time I fought him, which was a couple hours ago. Kinda just sat there and face tanked him, and he died. But he had a pretty shitty weapon, so maybe this time it'll be different. Didn't I like just kill this guy? Oh, there's still enemies here. Whoops. Not anymore. Nope. Still easy. That's the exact same shit he had last time. Nice game. Watch, I won't even get a legendary. Nope. Cool story, bro. I actually got less this time around. Nice. I'm not spiteful whatsoever. What are you talking about? I don't know, I got all of this, which is, I guess, okay. I got 2 ectoplasms, 3 corpse dust. So it's basically a skeleton key, so... yeah. Alright, whatever. That's my Warborn build in action for you. Kinda just crushes everything in sight. I called it the blender at one point, and I think that's probably the most apt description. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you enjoyed my ramblings over nothing. Maybe I'll do another one of these videos sometime soon. If I do, and if you would like me to answer your questions about anything, please ask in the comments below, or ask me on Steam, or on the Grim Dawn forums, or on Reddit, or on Discord. You can reach me a lot of ways. Alright, that's about all for me. Have a good day and or evening. I suppose you can't have both, but if you could have both a good day and a good evening. And I'll catch you next time.